Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Comedy Collision Podcast. I am your host, Nick Hanek. This is episode 88, and that is great. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Comedy Collision Podcast. I am your host, Nick Hanek. This is episode 88, and like I said, we are doing great. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. This is the Thanksgiving episode. Hopefully, this will be coming out right before the holiday season kicking off. I believe it will be on. I don't know. I will give a date, and then it will not end up coming out on that date. So I'm not going to even give one. How about that? But it will be near Thanksgiving. Yeah, this is cool. How is everyone doing out there? Do you have your turkeys basted and your potatoes mashed? You ready for the holiday season? Should be a good one. I think my Packers are playing the Miami Dolphins. That's always a fun one in the Hanek household, as my father and brother are Miami Dolphins fans, and I'm a Packers fan. So I know that might be a sore subject with Bears fans right now, as we blocked their game-winning field goal, and I was boots on the ground for that game. So that's just a nice win for the Pack. Love it. But we're back here. We're back, and it has been a hell of a week here. The last 2 weeks, I'm coming. So if you're watching this, the last week and a half, I've been just traveling, doing shows. I think I did 5 shows in 8 days, which is like the most in a week for me. I know a week is 7 days, Nick, not 8 days. So does that even count? It counts in my book. So jot that down. Uh, but I don't even remember where we left off, to be honest with you. I feel like we were. I did a wedding. I don't even know. Was this? Do you remember if it was before or after the wedding, Christian? I don't know either. All right, so I did a wedding. Congrats to the happy couple, Ziles. It had to be. It had to be after, because the Halloween came out. So this was after. So my good buddy Ryan Zile got married in St. Louis. We went down there, and it was a great time. I was in the wedding, and I was not the best man, but I was a groomsman. I was the sixth groomsman of 7, so that's, it's not a great ranking in the roster, but we made it work. And um, during the I went, and I don't go to St. Louis often, besides apparently these last 3 weeks here, and we went down there, and first thing we did is, because we were going down there a little early, me and my roommate. My roommate got invited to the wedding but wasn't in the wedding. So we drove down there together, and we popped into Fire and Smoke in Edwardsville. Okay? Fire and Smoke in Edwardsville, Illinois. Great barbecue, great bang for your buck. It is delicious. They gave you so much food, and we went to town. I had the brisket, the pulled pork, um, I had the mac and cheese. I had the potatoes. I had everything. It was great. And I have this monster lunch, right? And I don't really piece together the fact that I have to stand at the front of an altar for about 25, 30 minutes uninterrupted here in a tight, wedding, it was just rehearsal. So a nice dress pants, nice pair of slacks, if you will, and a jacket. So we're doing that. I'm up front. My stomach is rumbling. I'm like, wrap it up. They're like, so he'll go here, he'll go here. I go, we all know where we got to go. In my head, I'm just like, we all know where we go. We're all. I just had a stroke on the internet. That's all good. I, I said, we all know where we need to go. Let's wrap this up. That's what I'm saying in my head. My stomach is just going vroom, vroom, and everyone else is making jokes about the happy couple. I'm like, let's get the hell out of here. I gotta go blow up that bathroom. So we're doing it. They're like, let's do it one more time. I am sweating. I am in this. I'm in my buddy's jacket, because I didn't bring a jacket. I didn't know we had to wear a jacket to the rehearsal dinner, and it's tight on me. I'm sweating. The beef briskets wants to just shoot out of me, and we're fighting the meat sweats. And we finally get to the bathroom. They had to call in basically a team to clean that thing. I think that's disgusting. That's not funny, but it's true. And and yeah, and that was the rehearsal dinner. The wedding went great. Is that my chair that's squeaking? Oh shit! Could you hear that? I don't know. I probably heard that. Don't move. I'll stay still. But yeah, no. The rehearsal dinner that went fine, and after the rehearsal dinner, what did we do? We had the wedding the next day. That went all great. Everyone was all happy. No interruptions. It was perfect. And then after the reception and the dancing and everything, we we went to the casino, and I had $50, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna put this all on black. And I had my roommate with me. I'm like, what do you think? We just go in there. My roommate is not a big casino guy, by the way. He says everybody in there's a scumbag. And I said, well, what about Joe? What about a Dana White? He's always in casinos. Is he a scumbag? And he said, well, he's a loser. And I was, I was like, I don't think he is a loser. I think he wins a lot. And we were in there. We're like, one bet. Let's just put $100, 50 each on black. And we kept seeing signs of black. There was a lot of people saying the word black. There was a guy who was black who then murmured, he went blah, 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 black. And we're like, what did he just say black? We're like, yeah, we're like, we got to put it on black now. So we went all in there. We put it all on black. It was red. We lost 100. My roommate could not believe how fast he lost $50. Now he was hammered, don't get me wrong. But we lost the money very quickly. And I was like, we got to go get more money. And he was like, there's no way. So I pulled some more money. He just kind of walked around, and I went to town in blackjack. I went up, I think, 150, so profit 100 on that. And yeah, it was a great night. And we got home at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and drove at like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. So hell of a weekend there. Came back the next weekend to do Mizzou, Oklahoma. And this is where we might want to clip this story here, Christian. This is Mizzou, Oklahoma, okay? This trip has been planned for over a year almost. We have me, my roommate Devin, my good buddy Justin, and my good buddy Andy. All of us went to high school together. We're all now in college. We're all now in college. We all went to college together, and now we're all in the city together. Friends for life, Mizzou alum. We have a trip planned to see our buddy from Mizzou who lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma. His fiance currently she's from Oklahoma. She went to Oklahoma for grad school. So she's like an Oklahoma fan too, but she went to Mizzou for undergrad. So she's got kind of a, feet in both camps here. But Mizzou, I think, is where she leans. Then she's bringing her friend Autumn, who's on The Bachelor, or was on The Bachelor, who went to, again, freshman year at Mizzou, but then went to 3 years at Oklahoma, diehard Oklahoma fan. And then they're bringing their friend Abby, who is also an Oklahoma fan. So real house divided situation here. Can't wait. At Mizzou, Oklahoma. First time they've played in years. Oklahoma has just joined the SEC. We cannot wait. Mizzou is right now ranked, I think they were like 7 when the year started, and Oklahoma was like in the teens. It was awesome. It was supposed to be a great matchup. We paid $270 for a ticket to sit where we sat. Fast forward all these weeks, whatever week they're on, 9, 10, whatever it is. Mizzou is injury riddled. They are garbage. They have lost games they shouldn't lose. They are getting held scoreless in games. It is the worst case scenario situation for Missouri. Guess what? For Oklahoma, the exact same. They are frauds. They are terrible. They are not the top 10, top 15 team that we all thought they would be. So now our tickets are worth about $98. And on top of that, it's supposed to rain. This weekend couldn't look worse for us. We go Friday night, and we pull in, and we're still excited because it's still going to be a good time. It's amazing what drinking can do. And we pull in Friday night. We go to our favorite wing spots, CJ's Wings, all right? The best wings I've ever had, hot honey maple, unbelievable. We go into CJ's Wings. We've been drinking a little bit. Devin's been drinking a lot. Devin decides that he's going to go to the bathroom. He goes to the bathroom. Our buddy Brian, about maybe 2-3 minutes later, he wants to go to the bathroom. He goes to the bathroom. Brian comes back first after that. And Brian goes, hey, where's Devin? I thought he was going to the bathroom. And we're like, yeah, he did go to the bathroom. And he goes, oh my God. And then Devin comes back right then and is like, they might have caught me in the women's bathroom. And Brian's like, yeah, I heard in the men's bathroom a voice go, oh my God, I am so sorry. And what turns out is Devin went to pee in the women's bathroom, or at least let's hope he was peeing in the women's bathroom. And our waitress caught him in the bathroom. The waitress came back and told everybody in CJ's Wings. She told other tables. She told the entire staff. It was hilarious. We were dying laughing at Devin getting caught in the women's restroom, just hammered. Oh my God, I am so sorry. He got busted. So she tells the whole staff, and then maybe like, I don't know, 8-10 minutes later, like the conversation has now kind of moved on. And I mean, we just finished up laughing about it. And this other waitress from a different table comes over and kneels down next to Devin and goes, are you the guy that was in the women's restroom earlier? And she just brings it back up, and it is hilarious again. And the comedy timing could not be better with her. And it was just, oh man, what a great moment. What a real creepo great moment. And yeah, that was Devin's night, man. And he went back, and we got to go to the piano bar with some of our old friends from college, and we got to really relive college in one night. So that was cool. And then Saturday rolls around. Devin doubles down. Devin now doubles down and says he's going to outperform himself on Saturday. And sure enough, he does. Devin gets hammered again at the tailgate. Tailgate was a lot of fun. Good people there. Met some fun people. It was a great time. By the way, I threw a ball. I still got it. I threw this ball. There was these kids playing catch in the parking lot, and I had to go pee. So I went to go pee, and then when I was coming back, they're like, here, throw one for us. And I said, all right, because they were talking a lot of shit. It was like a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old, and the 12-year-old was the receiver, and the 10-year-old was defending him. But the 10-year-old was talking some real serious shit to me and to this 12-year-old. I was like, all right, I'll light you up. And so sure enough, I snapped it. I threw a perfect dime to this kid, right in stride, touchdown. It was unbelievable. I threw it, and I just walked away. I just walked right off into the sunset. It was a beautiful ball. And to know that I can still smoke a 10-year-old like that, it really brings a smile to my face for Thanksgiving coming up. So back to the story. Devin's hammered. We're doing fireball shooters. And Devin we go to Faroe, which is where Mizzou plays. And we're in our seats, and we go to get drinks, me and Devin, who's just gone. And we come back to the seats with the drinks, and Devin just disappears. I don't know where he goes. He's got 2 of our 4 drinks. He's just gone. We find him in the second quarter, like down 6 rows, like in a different area, random people, just head just bobblehead just bobbling around. And we're like, what the fuck is he doing down there? He's just out of it. He then finds our friends that are like kind of near there, but not. They're still a little bit farther down. He finds them, and he's by them. So they got him corralled now. I go down there. It's about the third quarter, and I'm talking with him. His head is just hung just completely low down here, and just he's out of it. He has no idea what's going on. But like Mizzou scores a touchdown, he stands up and just has no idea what's going on. Some would call it blacked out. I don't know. And we move forward to the fourth quarter. We're back at our seats. He's standing with us back at our seats. He then just runs off to the bathroom. What we think is the bathroom. I'm like, I got to go check on him. I turn the corner. I hit the corridor, and there's just this area, between like by the concessions of a football stadium. He's just standing over a pile of vomit. He threw up at the football game. And I see 4 security guards just going for him. So I sprint. I get in front of the security guards. I'm like, all right, come on. And like, I get him to the gates of like, we're going to call you an Uber. And we're standing in front of the gates. He's just bashing Justin's face. He's telling the security guard that he threw up because Justin was so ugly. That's not Justin's nowhere near to defend himself right now. Justin's at the seats watching the game. Justin also hasn't seen Devin in about 2 quarters, damn near. And he saw him for 15 minutes maybe in those 2 quarters. And just Devin's just like, yeah, my friend's so ugly. I couldn't help but throw up. And like the security guard, this poor old lady, is just like, oh, okay, like whatever. I'm like, we got to make sure this guy gets in an Uber. So we get him in the Uber. He goes home. We go out. It's just not it's weird. After hours after it was fun. But yeah, I mean, it was a cool time in Colombia. So yeah, we got back after before we get back, let me tell you before we get back. So Devin throws up, he's out, he gets removed, not removed. We got him in an Uber home. I go back to the game. There were 4 scores in the last 2 minutes. It was like the most in some amount of years in the SEC. Mizzou was about to tie it, and then they blew it, and they were down like a possession. They were now losing. And then they tied it, and then they recovered a fumble for a touchdown with like seconds left, and they won the game. It was the most electric ending of all time that I've ever seen in person. I had never felt such an adrenaline rush at a game before. It was unbelievable. We're all hugging. It's amazing. Everybody's leaving this game on cloud 9. If you were a Missouri Tiger fan, this is the biggest win of the season, biggest win in years, it felt like. I went there for 5 years. I had never seen anything like that in person. It was awesome. So, I mean, it's just incredible. And we finally pushed through, won the game. Vibes are high. We go out. We just go downtown, go to a bunch of different bars, have a great rest of the Saturday night. So, it couldn't really have ended any better. And yeah, Devin, we get home. Devin's just passed out on the couch watching Glorious Bastards. He missed the entire night, but hell, we had to sacrifice him for a Mizzou win, I guess. And yeah, cool. So that was Mizzou. And now we got back and we're doing a bunch of shows. I got back. I did a shout out Samir, shout out Damon for letting me do a guest spot at Second City on Friday. And we obviously had a big show at Zanies last night. That was incredible. The Second City show, by the way, was so cool. Like, they got like the stage and all the lighting, and it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I always enjoy my time at Second City. Every time I do a show there, it is like the coolest production, I guess is maybe the way to say it. So I loved Second City. Thank you to Samir and Damon for giving me some confidence before doing this debut show at Zanies last night. Last night we did our debut show at Zanies, and it was awesome, man. It was really cool. Still processing everything, I think, 24 hours later, but it was really a moment that I'm going to never forget, getting the paycheck, I guess, just seeing that. It's not like the big paycheck, but just seeing to Nick Hanek, from Zanies Comedy Club was crazy. Everyone who came out, I was blown away by. The support. I went on first, which I didn't love, but you can't be picky about where you get to go up. I thought we were doing 10 minutes. I did 8. Small things like that. Obviously, were just like little things that tried to get in my way, but I wouldn't let it. It was just too great of a night. Had an all right set, good enough, definitely, and really just enjoyed making a dream come true. And just so thankful to everyone out there that supports me. That if you're watching this podcast, if you're a comedian I know that has given me any support, if you are somebody who came out to the show, thank you. Thank you to Christian, my good buddy, who across the street we started doing open mics at Woody's. Sure enough, small world, Dan Garcia, who I did my last Woody's show with, he was there. He was on my first Zany show. I mean, the guy, by the way, Dan couldn't have been nicer about, kind of calming my nerves before the show. Mondo from Zanies, I don't know if you're ever going to see this. He's like he was the manager for the night. He said he was like the nicest dude. Adam, Addis, I believe is his last name. We always saw each other on Instagram or kind of just like in runnings, never got to say hi. Great to meet him. Nicest dude. Just blown away by the experience, I think. And yeah, just very thankful. So, but this is why we do it, man. We do it for this pressure. We do it for these shows. on to next is to do a Zanies on a weekend or, on a Thursday. Just keep taking that ball and just going a little bit farther with it. So that's kind of the goal here. And it was cool to check that one off the bucket list for sure. And when it really hit me was you walk in this club, the stage is on the left right by the door, and you walk back to the green room, and you see, as you walk back, you see all these headshots of I think every comedian has been in this place. Anyone who's anyone has been on this stage. And you see all these people, and you're just blown away by all the famous comics that have shared this stage. And yeah, I mean, it's great right now. I'm just like kind of like even getting goosebumps talking about it a little bit, because I looked up at the sign, and that's when it really hit. Was I looked up on stage at the sign that I saw in so many different clips, so many different specials, and yeah, man, all those headshots just kind of fly through your head, and you're like, holy shit, I'm doing this. It didn't help that like the whole front row were people I knew from high school, so that was a lot of pressure too. But yeah, it was a good pressure. It was a fun pressure, and then we went out to Corcoran's after, and it was a really fun time. So thank you. I know that was my soapbox moment there for 4 minutes of getting serious, but it was a fun time at Zanies Chicago. Would love to play Zanies Rosemont, Zanies Nashville, all the Zanies in the world. But this is why we do it. The career is just moving forward. So, and if you haven't come out and haven't seen me yet, we got some shows coming up still. I know probably when this comes out though, we have 3 shows done by then. I think already we'll do the. I got a brewery up in Evanston with Ron Bloom. I know I'm gonna love that show. Always a good time with Ron. And then this weekend or last weekend it would have been. Edgar Sandoval, a great comic based out of kind of the Rock Island, Peoria-ish area, somewhere in between there, Mason City Limits Comedy Club. He's having me out to open for him. So enjoying that weekend, I'm sure will be a blast. Happy to be out there in Mason City Limits, which is 30 minutes outside of Peoria. So I don't know really where it is, but we're going to find it. I'm sure it was a hell of a time. I met a comedian named Leslie last Friday, and she just hyped it up a lot. So I'm very excited to go out there, and I'm sure it was a great time. Coming up from there, we got the Variance show, which Christian's on. Christian, you on the Variance show or no? He's on you're on the one after it. So I'm doing the Variance show in November. That's the one I'm doing. He's doing the one in December. We're both doing the New Orleans Comedy Festival. I think I announced that one already on here, but we're going to NOLA when the Saints come marching in. So that will be fun. That is December 12th through the 14th. And come out to see both of us. It'll be a great time. I know we're very much looking forward to it. I know that there's a lot of Chicago comics that will be there. So we're looking forward to that. Yeah, and then I got the BBC Comedy Show on December 28th. Big black comedy show, baby. Nothing better than that. Happy to be on it. I fit it. And no, it's cool. So everything's been going well. I've been really into a caffeine kick lately with work and stand-up and how everything's been going. I just need some energy. I've kind of taken a step away from Celsius a little bit. And Bai is great. Bai is fantastic, but Bai is just like a water. Maybe there's caffeinated Bai. I think there is a caffeinated Bai. There is a caffeinated Bai, but those are hard to find. I'm on a new energy kick. I've been doing C4s. I've kind of pushed Celsius to the side. Bais are great, but they're not really caffeinated. There's some that are caffeinated, but they're kind of harder to find. I'm on a huge C4 kick, though. You got to try C4. They got so many different. Hold on, let me pull up here. I got the flavors, by the way. Dude, there's some legit flavors. Hold on. My boy Ken. I got my boy. So Ken Hellberg from my job. Why would I give out his last name? I don't know. He's been we kind of rank the C4s that we try, and I got an updated ranking. Here we go. All right. So for mine, I got the number one being, I think the number one is, I think it's Grape Popsicle. I feel very good about Grape Popsicle. If you're not a grape guy, you're not going to love it. But if you are a grape guy and you remember a traditional grape popsicle, this is exactly that. It tastes just like it. We got a pink Starburst flavor. Knock your socks off. The pink Starburst will knock your socks off. I have that as a 1A, 1B scenario right now on the rankings. I don't know where you guys got them, but yeah, I got 1A, 1B, 1C. So 1A, 1B, 1C, right? These are all still tied at 1. Jolly Rancher Watermelon. Now, the reason that I do have Jolly Rancher Watermelon at 1C is because it tastes so much like if you just melted down a Jolly Rancher that's a watermelon flavor, it tastes just like you're drinking it. That's why and it tastes so much like it that's why it's in the 1 category. It's in the C category of that because I don't know. I've only seen it once in stores or a couple times. I've only had it once. I don't know if that can sustain multiple drinks. If that makes sense. Like I had a great popsicle one. I tried it again, blew my socks off again. Pink Starburst. Did you think my socks they just got put back on? Right back off. So that is where I wonder what the test of a watermelon Jolly Rancher C4 can do a second, a third round. You know what I mean? Mike Tyson, here's some little pop culture for everybody. Mike Tyson just fought Jake Paul. Mike Tyson looked great in the first round. Mike Tyson came out firing. Jake picked him off every single round after. I'm a little afraid that that's what the Jolly Rancher watermelon C4 is like. Are we going to just get a one-rounder out of them? I don't know. I'm worried. I am worried. So, but it was a great round. It was a great round. That's why it's 1. Okay, so that's where I'm at with that. Then we come down to Skittles. Everyone loves Skittles. That's like the biggest one. That's their number 1 flavor. I don't know. I just don't know if it's not one for me. I like those ones more. It's good. I could drink it a bunch, but it's not. Right now it's in the 2, 3 category kind of. We'll see where Jolly Rancher lands, but the 2 for me. And then we got a Hawaiian Fruit Punch, which is coming out at the bottom here for the ones I've tried. Yeah, fine. It's exactly what you're expecting. You want that guy to come up for the 9 to 5 job. That's the Hawaiian Fruit Punch. You know exactly what you're getting with Hawaiian Fruit Punch. You're getting, I don't know. You're getting a guy that's going to come off the bench, put up maybe 8 points a night, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. That's kind of what you're going to get out of Hawaiian Fruit Punch C4. Nothing spectacular there, but gets the job done if you need it, if you're looking for a fruit punch flavor. So that's kind of where we're at on the Hawaiian fruit, on the C4 rankings right now. In the comments, comment your favorite ones. Give me which ones you like of the C4. Nobody ever comments on the videos, so what the fuck, guys? But comment your favorite C4. What else, man? Yeah, I don't know. There's so many different things that I could talk about right now, but I know we're coming down to it, and I do have a Am I the Hassle? I know people watch this podcast for the Am I the Hassle, so we're going to do one. Am I the asshole for being uncomfortable with my boyfriend's double life and feeling conflicted about his family dynamic? Oh, yeah. Oh, we're in. Here we go. So, me, 20-year-old female, and my boyfriend, 20-year-old male, have been dating for almost 4 years. Okay, so they got together in high school, their junior year. He was a sophomore when they were sophomores. So they're currently seniors in college, graduating a year early. Okay, wow, look at this. This is some smart people. See where this goes. We went to private Christian high school and now go to a private Christian university. Before him, I had never drank, smoked, vaped, done anything. I was Christian and on the worship team. I eventually started to lose my faith and started questioning, so on, and started branching out. He had already done it all and taught me how to drink, smoke, vape. Is smoking and vaping not the same thing? Am I just fucking old? By the way, at Mizzou, you kind of got to be careful. I'm 27 years old. I'm starting to come up on that range where it's like these kids are almost 10 years younger than me. It's fucking weird, dude, at some of the bars. You got to be careful on campus. He grew up, and not careful in a creepy way. That's not what I meant. I just meant like it's just weird at times. Don't clip that. He grew up way religious with super strict parents. His mom was a pastor. She was very strict. He always had two sides to him. The side that he shows his parents, and the side he shows his friends. He is like a chronic liar, so good at it, and he lies about everything, and I feel like it's a survival tactic. We don't lie to each other, as so you know, but he has to lie to his strict parents, sure. And he's constantly lying and making up lies, and including me in them. Small lies to his friends that I'll also call him out on. All right, so this guy's just a fucking liar. I don't understand where we're going to ever believe this guy to be credible in any way, but go ahead. I don't want to lie the rest of my life. I don't want to live a double life. That's why I left the church and don't do worship anymore. I'm slowly making my way back, but that's another story. He's a different person with everyone. I've spent my high school and college with him, and I'm tired of lying. A little repulsed by his constant lies, and I will not do it and be controlled by his parents for the rest of my life. Okay, true. So here's kind of the breakdown. This is the worst story. This has taken a terrible turn. I'm very bored. What is going on is these two people grew up very religious. They, as a lot of religious people do, start branching out, doing new things. He feels like he has to lie about the things he's doing, that he's branching on doing, and she doesn't want to hide that. And that's what she's calling the double life. So to explain the type of controlling his parents are, his dad is constantly on Life 360 and stalks his brothers who are moved out and pay all their bills. Okay, so they're very controlling. They will tell my boyfriend not to go out or get mad at him if he's not home by a certain time. So yeah, very controlling family. Last thing, when my boyfriend went to vote with his dad was looking over, making sure he voted for who he wanted him to vote for. There were so many little things like this. I feel like they would kick him out for anything little. If he wasn't just the perfect son. Am I the asshole? So basically she's asking if she's the asshole for like wanting to tell the truth, which you're not. I don't know why you would be. That doesn't feel like any part of that story would make you an asshole. He's lying about everything, and I get it, like selling him out or something, would that make you an asshole? No, go about it the right way and just like have a conversation with him, and if he's not cool with that, you might have to break up, because you're right. You're 20 years old. Living the rest of your lives lying is not how you want to go about that. So I would say either get out of that relationship or tell the truth. That's what I would do. This is the last one we'll do, then we'll get out of here. But am I the asshole for asking my husband to prioritize our family tradition over his new friendship? My husband, 35, and I, 32, have a very small but meaningful tradition. Small but meaningful tradition that we started the first year we got married. It's nothing major, but it's important to me. Every November on the weekend before Thanksgiving, oh my God, that's this weekend. How about that? Or last weekend, technically. We take a day trip to this lakeside town about an hour away. We spend the day walking around, talking, and picking out new ornaments for Christmas. An ornament that's meaningful to our year. Is that not like the most like sweet Hallmark movie thing of all time? Holy shit. It's just one day, but it's just one day, but it's our day. I mean, wow. And it's special to us. Okay. I'm going to cry on there. But my husband recently became great friends with a guy from his gym. That's a new paragraph. They hit it off quickly, and I think it's great because my husband doesn't make new friends easily. He seems like a genuinely nice person and shares a lot of his interests, like hiking and gaming, and I know it's refreshing for my husband to have someone he clicks with so well. Here's the issue. My husband's friend invited him to go on a weekend trip for the exact same weekend as our tradition. No, dude, you can't do this. You can't the way she wrote about it, she cares so much about this one weekend. This is not something that has already been established. Like, you're going out with buddies for like, I don't know. If it's not another tradition, you can't bail on this thing. Oh my God. All right. My husband seemed hesitant to bring it up at first, but eventually he asked if he'd be okay with us rescheduling. Dude, come on. To go on another weekend so he could go on this weekend trip with his friend. I was caught off guard, and I told him that it kind of hurt my feelings that he'd even consider moving it. He told me it's not a big deal for us to just go another weekend, and he's right in the sense that it doesn't really affect anything logistically. That is how a male's brain works and a female's brain works. This is the difference between a guy and a girl. I don't care if I get canceled because of obviously what the middle ground could be, but let's just talk guy and a girl. This is the difference. A guy sees something and he's like, logistically, this is how it should play out. A girl sees something and she's like, emotionally, this is how it should play out. And sometimes they mesh, but other times they collide. And this is a prime example of a guy being like, dude, we could just go another weekend because it's what, November 20 something, November 23rd. we have a whole month till Christmas. We can just pick another weekend before Christmas and go. Like, so I could still do this trip and then also do the ornament picking with you. And the girl's like, no, this is the weekend we go because this means a lot to me. That's why we're going to go this week. That's why we have to go this weekend. If we don't go this weekend, we could go another weekend, but like it doesn't mean the same because it's now we're just doing it at a different time. So that's why there's the male brain and the female brain. Let's see who wins. So they think different. But this trip has always felt like our thing. That's not, and now she's going to justify what I just explained. But this trip has always felt like our thing. It's not that I don't want him to have fun or make new friends, but I kind of feel like he's minimizing something that's special to us, or at least special to me. And I said me like that because she put it in like italics. When I told him that, he looked surprised and then frustrated, saying I was overreacting. Guy brain versus girl brain. He ended up agreeing to the weekend for our tradition. Good guy. Good man. But I could tell he was disappointed. Of course he was. He wanted to go with his buddy. But I feel guilty for that. Part of me wonders if I was being stubborn about the little ritual. Maybe I don't care about it as much as I do. Am I the asshole for asking him to prioritize his new friend? Great one to end on. That's a perfect one. I don't know you guys and your dynamic. I'm reading a Reddit feed, and I know you're going to be hearing this later, so you're going to take my advice. But I think you're not the I think you're not the asshole because it meant a lot, and it sounds like it truly meant a lot to you by how you described it. I don't think it was a lot. He's a new friend. I think maybe you can have a conversation about it next year. But it feels like it meant a lot. I feel like in a marriage there's give and take, and this is kind of something, or a relationship either way, there's give and take, and this is something that he had to give a little bit on because it was so new, and you got to take a little bit on. I'm sure there'll be something down the road. Maybe for Christmas you do something nice for him, right? A little bit more give and a little bit more take for him. So I think that's where it's at. I don't think you're an asshole per se. I think that it could have worked out the other way too, and everyone would have been happy. And like, well, not you. You would have been pretty upset about it, I guess. But you maybe would have got over it on the new weekend, and like maybe that would have been worth it. Who knows? Because again, like you said, logistically, nothing would have changed. So, I think that the right decision was made by him. I'm happy that he didn't let this blow up to anything more than it was, and I really hope that he can hang out with that guy still and still be good friends with him. So, yeah, I think that was good. Christian, you think anyone you got any opinion on this? No, she's not an asshole. Yeah. See, and that's how we like to end the Comedy Closure podcast, on a nice, positive note going into Thanksgiving. Be very thankful to your family. Be very, very thankful to your friends, your job, your opportunities in life. There's always something out there that's a little bit worse. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. Happy Thanksgiving from the Comedy Closure podcast to you at home. And hopefully we will see you out there for the next show. I think that'll be the variance on, I believe, November 3rd. So thank you, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. I love you. See you down the road.